Yes. Come on. Welcome. Tonight, I have my guest, Aaliyah, straight the mouth Johnson, AKA Birdie, straight from the streets of Chi-Town, South Side Chicago. And yo, the young lady is serious. No joke. She's a fighter, pugilistic. She understands and she knows that sweet science. I'm going to tell you. I saw her. I was shocked. Actually, surprised, but pleasingly surprised when I seen her box through her thing. And you guys are going to get a taste of it tonight. Only guest tonight, and I have her. And as I said, she knows what she's doing in that ring. And I'm not gonna waste any time, doing this and the little bits but I like this little intro here, little jazz piece. Yeah. Come on, break it down. Come on, give it to me. I love it. Yes, yes. Come on. You know what? Right now, without any further ado, let's bring out Aaliyah Johnson. Straight them out. Do her thing. No doubt. Yes, yes, yes. Where is she? Where is she? Oh, there she is. Hi, hello. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm good. Just
I'm good. And
well, I'm in the gym still.
That's what's up. What's that?
No, I said I'm in the gym now. So, just got done practicing all sweaty.
I hear you. Yeah. Yeah, your mother was telling me that she was showing me you on the heavy bag and you're working out. I know you're telling me you have a fight coming up.
Yes.
And when is the fight?
It's February 20th. It's May 20th. Well, it's coming up.
May 12th. I was gonna say.
Yes, it's coming up this week in a few days. So I'm losing weight right now.
Okay.
And then I have another one coming
What's
up.
the
June 3rd. And another one after that, June 8th.
Okay, okay. So how many times do you fight a month?
It depends. It's been 5 years since I got tournaments because COVID, and before COVID, people was turning down my matches, and I was boxing only boys, so it was hard for me to get boxing matches with them because they didn't want to box me. Everybody knew who I was in park districts, so I wouldn't put a number to it. It just based on the person that put book fights together.
So are you in the Golden Gloves, or how does your tournaments work? Oh, you want to go to the glove? You're not in the gloves yet.
No, I won Golden Gloves already. I just won Golden Gloves. Yes.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. So that's what's up. Good for you. And how many fights have you won, or what's your record?
In park district fights, I got over 40 and 1 loss. And book fights, right now I have 2.
Okay. And that clip that your mother had sent me, was that the book fight?
Yes.
Okay, and that was because that young lady, she looked like she was a little bit bigger than you.
Yeah,
You
she
know,
was taller and her weight was a little over mine, but I was glad to have that match because it was interesting.
and when I see you fight, and I'm going to show the clip in a minute. You remind me. I can look. I want to ask you who your inspiration is, but I think I can tell. I can pick up from what I saw. Like Floyd Mayweather,
A
a
dibble
little
dabble a
something,
little bit.
a little something. But you
Yeah.
got you got some of him in you. You know that. You heard that before, right?
Yes.
That's when you come out there. That's when you slipping and sliding and you fainting, and then your defense is just like whoa. I'm like, the sweet science, because they named it that for a specific reason.
Yes.
Because yeah, once and then you understand that, because that big girl, she was couldn't understand it. She couldn't get with it, and she wasn't bad. She was no slouch. I just
Yeah.
want to point out that she could fight, huh?
Yeah. She
Good
got
strength.
through it.
Yeah, her
That body size was.
footwork,
You
because she
said, huh?
throw her footwork was nice as well. She wasn't, like I said, she wasn't no slouch. You wasn't fighting somebody in there that just didn't know what they were doing. She understood what was going on as well. Y'all was
Yeah.
fighting, y'all was thumping, but you was taking care of business. You was like in there, you was fainting. I said, then when I seen you throw that right hand lead, I saw that right hand lead, and then you did a little shuffle. I said, uh oh, and then you went to the southpaw, because she was a lefty too. She was a southpaw. She was throwing the joints from the and coming back, and you was But then when you adjusted, you saw that you slipped under a couple of those joints, and then you came in and got yours off, huh? And slipped
Yeah.
around. Yeah, and I said, oh wow. I said, she's serious. She's just not, you know, throwing on a pair of gloves, just. And then your mother, she was telling me like, yo, uh, you only got it for a half hour because she got
Right?
it. He's training. No, I'm talking about tonight, the interview, because you were
Oh
training.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's because I appreciate. I love the sport. I love the art, the craft, and
Thank
yes, most definitely. And like I say, I can see that you're for real. You're about it. I saw that. And how long have you been training? How long have you been fighting? I should say.
10 years.
What?
10 years. I'm already in a career right now.
10. Mm. And you see, you stunned me, right? You threw me. But 10 years, Lord have mercy. Because how old are you?
16.
And you've been fighting for 10 years. So you started right around five and a half, six.
Yes.
God bless you. And
It's gonna be 11 this year.
and you obviously like it. You love it. Obviously. I mean, is that a question I should ask you? Do you like it?
Mm,
I'm gonna ask you
no, it's
anyway.
gonna be
Do you like it?
exciting. Yes.
Hmm. And how often do you train? And how long do you train when you do train?
7 days a week and 2 hours a day.
Wow, that's no joke. So, how far do you want to take it?
Well, I told my coach a few months back that I want to meet Clarissa Shields and then take her place, me boxing her, and like kind of like what Mayweather did when he retired. He boxed his last opponent, and then but they didn't really take his place because he Mayweather. But I just
Hmm.
want to become the next inspiration. Hopefully, it's just going through
You
trials
got
and
it.
errors. But
It is, yes. I listen. I looked at some of your. You point out to me what that is.
yeah, that's right after I won a medal. That was my match after Golden Gloves.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was that was the match.
That was the
That was a
match.
good. Yes. One thing that gave me an advantage in this match was she really didn't have defense. So she was just an offense type of boxer, and she couldn't box going backwards. So that was kind of good for me because me and my coach, we've been working on just punching, going forward, whatever I throw, just let my hands go. So that was kind of
Okay. Because you came out fainting right away. Tell the audience what faint means. Uh, that might not understand the boxing game. When you
a
came in,
feint
what were you? Go ahead.
is when you act like you throwing a punch, but it don't go all the way out. Just
And
to shock the person
you
and
draw
throw a
the
counter.
opponent in. You draw the opponent in as well. And because I seen that you had her so off balance because she was coming at her and then throwing the right hand lead, and then you come back to the right hand, you know, keeping everything off the left, off the heels, and shooting it. And then you switch to that right hand lead, bam. And then I seen you switch up on it, and then come southpaw. I said, wow, ooh,
Yeah, that's
ooh.
currently what I'm working on now.
Mm-hmm. So
Just
what's your natural stance?
orthodox.
You just mix it all up.
Yes, I've been working on southpaw for a minute now. For well,
Okay.
actually a few years, but right now that's what I'm mainly focusing on.
I want to show is this one of your coaches? One of your trainers there?
Let's see.
Can you see?
No, that's someone who was there to support me
Mm-hmm.
and also a boxer. So is that those are supporters and yeah, people just that watch. That's my coach.
That's your
His name
coach.
is Coach Jesse. Yes,
What's his name?
Coach Jesse.
Coach Jackson.
Jesse.
Say it for Coach Jackson.
Jesse.
And a marvelous job with you. Because how long's he been with you?
For the whole 10 years.
God bless him. Yes. Did
Yes.
he fight? He was a fighter too, as well. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, he did a lot of sports other than boxing, and he just somehow stuck to boxing because nobody. He said nobody told him how good he was, so he just found it best being a coach,
Mm.
and that's what kind of pushed me throughout the times where I was going through trials and errors. He'll give me that inspiration that I need, and yeah, it's good to have him around and to
He
know
let
someone like him.
he let you know exactly. He didn't bite his tongue. He wasn't. You know, if you weren't doing it right, he gonna tell you that you're not doing
Yeah.
it right. He gonna let you know, huh?
Hmm.
So that's
Yes.
the kind of coach. That's what you need. And I have a friend who's he's a football coach. He's a head football coach, and I work with him. I help him out. I coach football as well, and I tell him, I said, "Yo, man, we good friends." And I'll say to him, I said, "Man, I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear." You know what I mean? Like whether
That's
you
the
like
best thing.
what I'm saying to you or not. I'm gonna keep it real with you from my perspective, from my opinion. That's all I can do. So if
Hmm.
you got that in your corner, and so that's valuable. That's worth his weight, most definitely. So he's done a terrific job with you. Because when I said, "Who is your inspiration?" Now I said who I felt that I thought your inspiration was by what I saw of you, but who is your inspiration?
I don't got like an icon I look up to, but God, because I'm like I go to church heavily, and
Okay,
that's just I can't see
so
myself
God is
having.
your. Oh Lord, have mercy. Thank you, Father. God is your inspiration. Now that's beautiful. The Most High Jehovah God, God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yes. So that's what's up. I've never heard that before, that's inspiring within itself, you know.
Yeah,
But yeah, but I seen you studied. Obviously, you studied because
I'm,
my friend, the head
I'm
coach. Go
sorry.
ahead.
I got a momager too, and she's here
Okay,
right here with me.
I think I know her. I think I know her. There's your twin. I do a little the real Bonnie Franklin. Give it up for Bonnie. Oh, I got some people saying something. I'm not even looking at my chat. Uh oh. Bonnie, uh, the real, the real Puerto Rican bad boy, he said, "What's up?" Pancho's in the house on the check. I know you're going crazy now. Yeah, that's yeah. Uh, I'm not going to elaborate. That's he's got a thing for your mother.
Oh, okay.
Was I out of line saying that, by? Yeah. So, what up, Pancho? God bless. Hello, Karen. Karen on the check-in. Karen Bolton out of Milwaukee. This is Bonnie's daughter. She called her Aaliyah. Straighten them out. I want to ask you about your AKAs, your nicknames. Straighten them out. That kind of speaks for itself. But you elaborate.
Yes. My coach called me straighten it out because I straighten people out. I
No
straighten
doubt.
them out.
Yeah. Uh huh.
So the it is supposed to be em because I straighten them out.
That's how I put it. I put that in there. I put
Yeah.
straighten them out on the. I don't know if you could see it, but I had put the flyers up. I had put some pictures together, a collage, and I had put Aaliyah straighten M out. Huh? And
Yes.
Johnson. That's it, right? I did it right?
Yes.
No doubt.
Because everybody that I done face, saying it humbly, I didn't straighten them out.
Okay. I know that's right. Because I've seen, I'm going to show the clip in a minute, and you guys are going to be in for a treat because she really is the real deal. There's no question about that. I've seen it for myself, and I wanted to show this clip here. We should do this thing in football. I don't know what you call it. I'm gonna ask you after I show it.
Oh my goodness.
People don't know that's hard. What do you call those?
That was bear crawls.
Bear cross? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I was doing that for a few.
Them things are tough. People don't know how hard those are.
Yes, for your
You
arms,
see,
your abs. Yes,
I know, I know. How many you do though? How many of those you do?
a few 3-minute rounds.
Oh, you do by oh, okay. So you do the minutes. How long is your rounds when you're fighting?
3 minutes. It's supposed to be
You
two
do.
for girls, well, young ladies, but they, I don't know. My last match, the one you showed the pictures to, they just had it at 3 minutes.
You had a nice crowd there that night.
Yes,
A good size mixed audience, mixed crowd,
yes.
and they came out to support you. Were they mainly there for the sport, the craft, the art, or were they there to support you or that young lady?
Mainly because the art of it, because seeing the prices on like some of the tables and all of that, yeah, they had to be there for the sport. And it was a lot of people that I didn't know. They was coming up to me and they was supporting just having a female boxer to showcase boxing because we was the
The
only
showcase.
females there.
Okay. Somebody mentioned your picture was tiny. Oh, there you go. I got you now. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's a better shot. Much better. Thanks, Karen. Yeah, Karen had made a mention that your picture was tiny. I didn't know if that was the phone or if that was on my end. It was on my end.
Yes, and right now I'm with one of my coaches who helped me get prepared for Golden Gloves, and I had to lose 10 pounds in a week max. Well, a minimum of that week. Aaron,
How y'all doing?
Hey, now.
How you doing?
Peace, brother. I'm good, brother. God bless you. Yes, yes, yes. You're doing a wonderful job with her, man. That's what's up.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Yes, sir. And Chi-Town all day, huh?
Yep, yep.
No joke. Because I was watching the clip, like I was saying, when I looked at it, I'm seeing Mayweather coming in and she's fainting, and then when she threw, and then she was suckering that girl in when she was putting the hand up there and she was touching it. And then you tagging her. I'm like, yo, that was on her. If she wanted to touch gloves with you in the middle of the round, that's on her. Huh?
Yeah.
But that was a nice little maneuver there. That was slick. I said, because you got all the skills, your defense, you were slipping it, when you were coming up. Like I said, I'm gonna show the clip. I'm gonna show the people what I'm talking about, how far ahead skilled that she is. Because boxing it's a mental game as well.
Definitely.
Okay. Yes, sir. And so she's got that down pat. She's got the defense, and then she's letting them hands go. She's throwing them hands. And what I loved the most when she came out and started fainting. When you fainted,
Yeah, that was just so off.
Okay. Yeah. So it was just really nice to watch. I'm gonna show that. And what's your name again, brother?
Aaron.
Aaron
Griffin.
You want to give it a whole compliment?
Griffin. Aaron Griffin.
You're not in the witness protection program or nothing, right?
Nah, I'm one of the assistant coaches. I'm not the head coach, but we all work together. It's a team effort. And I really feel like nobody's really seen the best of Aaliyah like we see in the gym day in and day out. So a lot of these fights, man, she only gets to showcase a little bit of her skill, So the clip that you saw, man, that's probably not even half of what she capable of doing. That's just a little bit. Yeah.
I need to see more. I would love to see more because, like I said, I'm a big fan of fighting because right away I saw Mayweather. I saw just some of that. How slick her style, the whole. And then when she shot that right hand lead, okay, and she was fighting the southpaw, and I said okay, and she defended that well. Their feet didn't get mixed up, but then I think when she had a little problem, whatever, she switched to the southpaw herself, huh? After she threw that right hand and then switched on her.
Yeah, I don't really think she had any problems. She's so humble. She never tries to come out and go full speed ahead, but she's an ambidextrous fighter as well. So she could work just as well from a southpaw style as an orthodox style.
I saw that, and that's what was impressive about her. Not only being a female, being a young female at that. Yeah. I was telling her mother that I got beat up by a girl when I was young, about 10, 11. She beat the hell out of me. She threw me around like a judo expert. I don't know what the hell. When I saw Aaliyah fight, I said, man, that must be the girl reincarnated. That beat the hell out of me. Because I used to play around and joke, and you like a girl or whatever. She said she told me to stop playing with her. I told you to stop, and we was up on a hill. She took me and threw me like I'm walking home from school. She just took me and threw me. I rolled down, and it was embarrassing. My little friend was with me, but I never forgot that. But yeah, so you fought in the class with boys as well, no?
Not really. I didn't have too much of a problem with. Well, I do have an incident with a boy, my brother's friend. It was raining one day, and he took the umbrella from me. And it was picture day, and my hair was just done. So when he took the umbrella, my hair started getting wet, and I got upset. And I just hit him in the nose, and his nose started bleeding. And I remember.
I'm sorry, laugh. Yeah.
But it got extreme real fast the next day because that's when I realized my hands were what's it called? My hands are registered.
Lethal.
Yeah.
Registered.
Because
they lethal.
Yes, and I was in 2nd grade at the time.
Okay.
So the mother the next day wanted to press charges, and he was in 6th grade. So it was kind of like it humbled me from fighting in school because that one incident, and then the police, and I'm so young. It's like, it didn't go too well. So I knew not to fight or get in any trouble in school.
Okay. Where'd the brother go? I wanted to thank him. Your assistant.
Okay. He's coming. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I just want to say thank you for your time. and the great work that you're doing with her, and keep it up.
Man, I appreciate that. Thank you for the time.
You're more than welcome. Thank you, brother. Yes,
right,
sir.
Have a good one.
You as well. God bless. Thank you. Yeah, you know what I was talking about too, like in the gloves, like in your competition. Do you fight boys as well?
No, not in
Or
boys.
just females?
Yes.
Just
That's
okay,
the good
cool.
thing about it, because in Chicago Park District tournaments, it was biased. You can box boys and girls, but in books, it's like it's more opportunities to box girls, because it's like you go different places and it's more girls like that's attached to the book fights rather than just open tournaments in park districts.
I have a brother from he's from Beaumont, Texas. That's Ricky Jason. He's a community activist. I don't know, Dick Gregory, a protege of Dick Gregory, that community activist, the incredible comedian, brilliant comedian Ricky. It says congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And as I said, Karen, yes, Karen is out of Wisconsin. Karen Biden. She's out of Wisconsin, and she also says congratulations and way to go, Poncho. So you got a lot of support there, and that's what's up. And I want to show that clip that I was talking about, because it's very impressive, and as that brother said, that it's only a fraction of your skill set. And like I said, it's 5 minutes, and it impressed the heck out of me. And are you? Can I show it? Are you all right with that?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
All right. I got blue, you heard? What you got? got blue, you heard? What you got?
Wow. As impressive. And he said that's only just a little bit of your skill set.
Yes.
That was really incredible because it was stopped, right? You won on a TKO, technical.
Yeah, something that got me in the second round was like, I don't know if you've seen it, but I had got like aggressive. I put my hands down to the side of like on by my waist, and then something woke up inside of me and was like, I gotta attack. Right before the TKO happened. Then when we got to the back ropes, the ref stopped it, and then we boxed. Like she said, box again. And when I skipped towards her, something just like told me to just keep going. And once the TKO had happened, when she flagged it down, something in my mind was like, I just really did a TKO, and it didn't come to me until after I got back into the car going home. Because
Wow.
it's
Okay.
been so long since I had a TKO.
You usually straighten them out. You usually just lay them out.
Let them have the
No
whole
joke.
9 minutes and some.
But because what'd she say?
The most I didn't box. Well, not the most, but I boxed a professional boxer. She had just went pro, and I'm not sure her age, but I know she was around 20. And I sparred that whole day, 20 rounds in total, with different people. It's a lot.
Wow.
It was enough to manage because I got through it the whole day.
You got through it? And she was 20 years old?
Yeah, she was about 20, 23. Yeah. I
23.
I just know she was grown and she was a pro boxer.
She was in a
That's a grown ass woman.
She was in a movie.
Creed. That was the other lady.
No, that was her.
She was what?
My mama had said that was this lady. She was in Creed 3. Jessica. She was with the Ruff. She was sitting next to the man. I'm not sure of her name, but yes.
Congratulations. Yes. So you got a promising future ahead. You got good people around you, a good support system as well. And that goes a long way, you know, and people really believe in you. The main thing, like you said, you believe in God. That's first and foremost. You put God first in your life, and then beautiful family, your mother. I know you have 2 brothers,
Yes.
right? And so that's what's up. So that's all good. You want to give them a shout out?
Yes. Thank you for my momager. You want to call you Bonnie?
Yes.
Bonnie. The real Bonnie Chambers.
The real Bonnie Chambers. Yeah.
I'm gonna start with my oldest brother for joining boxing and allowing me to be playing follow the leader with them and
Okay.
getting me into the sport. And my middle brother who currently still helps me out with boxing as far as sparring and punching, like him holding the pool sticks and letting me hit him.
Okay.
And my
How old
grandma.
are you? Your grandma, big mama
Yes.
too?
Yes. Occasionally, here and there, she was still my day one at times.
No doubt. Can she thump? Can she fight? You don't want to mess with mama.
Yes, she can't. My mama said she a street fighter,
Yeah.
but she did do not taekwondo.
Yeah, it was taekwondo.
Yes, she learned how to grab somebody's finger and get it, or twist a lip, or pinch an ear and grip
Yeah,
hold of.
that's what my grandmother used to do to me, like ring my ears.
Yes.
She used to come and catch me in school and ring my ears and take me to the ground and beat the hell out of me. I see my mama come to school. I was bad. And I used to be sitting there, me and my little crew laughing. We had the giggles and doing all kind of things I was just bad. One day I looked up, I see my mother outside the hall. we had the desk that go in the square. And I'm laughing and giggling. The guys in front of my little crew in front of me, we laughing. Next thing I seen this lady at the door, and my heart almost like fell out my chest. I saw her and my little crew. They didn't know it, and they still laughing, giving me little signs. My mother came through, and she jumped over. I said that she's like Superman. Then she jumped over the table, and the move that she had, she grabbed me and beat the hell out of me in front of everybody in
And your
class.
friends will let you know.
I played too much, but it was something you live and you learn. But yeah, my grandmother was good with ringing that ears. She did that to my grandfather when she rang this grown ass man, rang his ears, took him to the ring my ears. But yeah, so that quiet, people don't know like that the art of self defense, like what you have learned and learning, and have on your way to mastering it. Because when I look, like I say, the fact that you understand. When I said sweet science, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, yes.
And like I was saying before, my buddy who's a football coach, the head football coach, varsity coach, he always says, "Be a student of the game," huh? And it looks like you are definitely a student of the game. Do you go on YouTube and study? You watch the fights and stuff.
Um, I don't really study them, but I would say they study it. I'll watch some boxing matches and like take in some moves or like skills that I see other boxers that I may like, or a combination that I see, and then just practice it occasionally. It's not too often because I come up with like me with my coach. He got codes that we use, so it's not really too often that I do. Like there's still other techniques from celebrity boxers, but occasionally.
Like Tank Davis, you like Giovanni?
Yes.
He's strong. He's a hell
Yes.
of a fighter. He's very powerful. When he stops somebody with a liver shot, they rugged.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no joke.
That's the thing.
And then,
After a body shot, it's no getting up after that. You can't come back
hmm,
from a body shot.
not powerful like that when it's placed right, and he just knew like he talk about scientific fighter. He is that. And like when he was fighting Rolando, because Rolando was powerful, heavy shots. But
I'm
like
gonna have
what
to
Tank
check
was
that out.
right, what Tank was saying, like he really don't know what he's doing. He's really not a skilled fighter. They were saying that Rolly was awkward, but Tank was trying to explain that he don't really understand fighting enough to be awkward. He didn't know the skill set. He don't have skill sets. He's just a thrower, just a heavy shot. He's thrown heavy. He's throwing himself out. He's wide open, and that's how Tank caught him. But yeah, I love fighting.
Yeah, Ryan Garcia. That's okay. So yes, I was watching a clip of when he was throwing the same punch over and over, and then Tank started to catch a pattern of that. That's like you were saying earlier, the sweet science of boxing. I love that because it's like to know each round. The type of boxer I am, or that I'm learning that I am, is when the rounds go on, the more energy I get, or like the more aggressive I become towards that person because I know that like how they box now. I'm seeing the mistakes they keep making over and over. So it's like I like that so much.
You know what they're gonna throw before they throw it. You
Yes,
already know.
because following the patterns and going.
You don't figure it out. Because like I said, that young lady, she wasn't no slouch. She was pretty decent. Um, she was thrown her defense. She couldn't get you. She couldn't figure you out because you were too shifty, too slick.
Yeah,
You in and out. What are you gonna say?
the thing with her was before the match even started, we was the first round at first, and they moved us to the last round. So when the matches first started, she came over to the area I was in, and her coach, they started stretching out. Well, she started stretching out, and her coach started telling her to do all these other things, and she started shadow boxing right in front of me, punching at my head, like she was facing me. And I
Trying to
was kind of
intimidate you.
confused. Yes, and it threw me off because the type of person I am is I'll just sit there staring at the ground, but it's like out my peripheral, I'll see her doing all these things and I don't say nothing or I don't pay nobody attention. So like she didn't see no reaction out of me or get any like just anything. So it kind of caught her off. And once we got in the ring, she saw that intimidation didn't do nothing to
It
nobody.
didn't
Cause
work. Yeah.
yes. If anything, I would be intimidated of myself to know that like this person not paying me no attention. They just staring at the ground. Like they didn't even look up at me when I walked in or walked out. Like it, I just make the opponent feel invisible almost. Cause it's like it's no need to know that you're there when it'll all come down to when we in the ring. You don't gotta hitting a pad doesn't prove nothing because or hitting the bag in general, none of that proves nothing because it's all about when you get into the ring and you show what you were taught and what you were, yeah, like my mom said, what you made of.
I wish you the best. When is your next fight? You said and
This Friday.
next Friday. So
Yes.
your mother said that you're happy for a half hour. We done went like almost 45 minutes. You know, I
Well,
want to
that's
thank
that's
you.
that's good.
It is good, and you did good. You did great, and I wish you the best. You continue training, and stay on your path. Tell your mother, the real Bonnie Chambers. I want to thank her for everything. I appreciate her. I appreciate you. It was a pleasure meeting you, and I want to thank
You
you.
too.
I appreciate that for blessing my show and for gracing my show. And you have a good rest of your night. And tell your brothers I said what's up.
Okay. Thank you for having me on your show. It was a pleasure being here. And it kind of revamped up my spirit into knowing that I'm me and I gotta stay confident in that. And one thing I would like to add is no one knows how like sensitive this sport can get, but like my coach been reminding us, it's not personal, it's business.
Yes.
So
Mm.
like, cause it's such a mental sport, and it's so like you gotta be on it then and there, cause nobody gonna get in that ring and box with you, or nobody can help you. It's only like my coach always say, when you in the ring, it's always somebody in your corner that you're gonna have to come back to and gonna tell you to do this and that. Same with Mayweather. He always gotta go back to his coach and they gotta tell him what to do or what he need to fix the next time. So yes. But thank
That's what's
you.
the thank you. God bless you. I appreciate
All
you. You
right.
enlighten me and you enlighten my audience, my fans, and I know that they learned something. They came away with something. And
Yes.
mostly I'd love to have you on again. You know, sometime in the future when your schedule permits, and I'll check in with your mother, and we'll take it from there. I know she's coming to I'm in New York. I'm in NYC. So we'll go from there. You have a
Okay.
good night. Just stay in the books. How's your grades?
They're good. Right now I'm not sure what they are. I just know I've been focusing on my classes. We learn a new thing in chemistry. It's just good because I didn't think I would know this much stuff. Little me didn't think that, but I do. But I would like to also throw my coach Jim out there for the Chicago supporters. It's on 4716 South Ashland. Um, and the number to contact my coach for any memberships or any trainings that you would like to do is 773-710-5377. Again, 773-710-5377. His name is Coach Jesse.
Coach Jensen?
Jesse.
Coach Jesse.
Yes.
You can give that number again so that they can get it.
773-710-7377. I mean 5377, excuse me.
That's all right. Coach Jesse. All right. And What's your favorite subject before I let you go? And you mentioned biology. Is that it?
Chemistry.
Chemistry?
No, I would say U.S. history because
Really?
it's yes, because we learning a lot. I didn't think. See, that's the thing. I This why I love boxing because it helps with self confidence, discipline, and humbling. Like it's a humbling sport because no matter what you can always learn more, and that's what I'm getting used to. Since I know all my punches and I've been in it for 10 years, I'm still learning new things as I'm going to practice 7 days a week for 2 hours a
Two
day,
hours a day.
which is self-taught. Learning how to readjust my feet every time I do something wrong. It's just, but yes, I would say U.S. history because learning to do college papers, readings, and annotate, and like words that I don't know, just being able to know that I can research it and coming up with a central idea for every paragraph to sum up. So I won't have to reread the whole paragraph. It can just be a sentence to restate the whole paragraph.
Mm,
And I like that because we doing college text papers.
really?
So it's like it makes me feel like I did that, me. So yeah, I like that.
Mm. That's like almost like an advanced type course. It sounds like. I
Yes,
mean, when
and
you're doing college stuff in high school, you're in high school still, no?
yes, I'm in my sophomore year.
Mm, God bless. Wow. Mm, let me pick that up there. Yeah. So that's a beautiful thing. Um, that comes with really being dedicated. And you had said something. You mentioned Ricky Jason pointed out that you're a very smart young lady. He says, congratulations. And Ricky's
Thank you.
and he's out there in Beaumont, Texas. He's a community activist. And he with let's say the protege of Dick Gregory. He has something on YouTube. I want to show you this. If you get a chance to check it out. I know your mother. She had it's called Bird, The Life and Tragic Death of James Bird Jr. It deals with some real controversial, some real touchy issues, but it's good to be aware that racism and stuff like that, and Chi-Town has its problems as well as New York here, Beaumont and Texas
I
is
can't.
deep.
I mean,
Come on, let's hurry up. Let's hurry up. Let's hurry up.
it's just it was over a while ago. What are they doing?
No, let's go.
But yeah, so Ricky Jason had that piece, and check that out. I had Aaliyah on for for over that half an hour. We're going on 50 minutes now. I don't know what happened with her, the feed over there, but it's been good. And she was terrific. She was great. I appreciate her, and it was all good. And Ricky and everybody that tuned in, Bonnie Bonnie Chambers. That's Bonnie Chambers, the real Bonnie Chambers' daughter. Huh? Aaliyah, straighten them out. I wanted to ask her what that birdie meant. She had something to AKA Birdie. I'll have her back and then we'll go over that again. But yeah, so that was fun. And she's, as Ricky says, she's very smart young lady, very sharp, on point, extremely focused, and that's a beautiful thing. That's a good thing. And yeah, so I also had some other pictures and stuff that I wanted to and I want to point out before I leave, I wanted to tell everybody that I have a show coming up on the 27th of May, which is a Saturday Memorial Day. It kicks off Memorial Day weekend. That's the official uh, start of summer, right? Uh, get the address out here. It's where is that? It's Tickle Me Bones. That's what they're calling it. That's not the club name. It's called Tickle Me Bones Comedy Special Memorial Day Weekend. It's $20 in advance. You can call, contact, what is that, 917-582 7955. That's 917-582-7955. $20 in advance, $25 at the door, and food and vendors and stuff, and it's all good. You got Gerard Washington, O.C. Kell, which is his brother is very funny, and yours truly, and I think two other comedians, maybe three, I'm not sure. And the show time is 7 o'clock. And that the address is 114-34 Farmers Boulevard. That's in St. Albans, New York. So if you never saw me live, you never know what you're going to get. I'll tell you that. I got over 2 hours of material. I just never know what I'm going to do for that night. I haven't set in my mind what I want to do, what I have planned. You know, I might do 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half. I don't know. I'll know like when I get there. They'll let me know, and then I'll take it from there. But I do original material. I'm a throwback stand-up comedian. I don't mess with the audience. I don't do the crowd work. I don't do the insult stuff. I don't fuck with the audience too tough. You know what I'm saying? But I will, you know, I get a heckle and stuff like that. I got my heckler lines, and we all do. But I got material, and that's missing. A lot of times people don't understand what comedy is about, what stand-up comedy is about. They see a certain style of comedy and they think that's comedy as a whole. There's different styles. There's a lot of different styles of comedy, you know, and I go straight ahead at you and I'm hitting you with, you know, my life experiences. And sometimes it might seem like I'm doing a testimonial up there, but if you listen to what I'm saying, you'll get where I'm coming from. And that's what it's all about. But come and support me and support us, support comedy as a whole. And like I said, it's 114-24 Farmers Boulevard, 917-582-7955. And also, you guys know on the 24th of June, we're going to have Springfield Day again. Pick it up. That's the 24th. And I'm going to start filtering in and out the different artists that's going to be on the show. June 24th, Springfield Day, that's it. Who's saying that? Who's bringing that? June, that's Karen Bowden is throwing that in there. And yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun with that. The Sedan, the God of Sound, the Almighty Force Brother, Lot Picasso, the Clientele Brothers. The list goes on and on and on. You got Chucky Chuck, the Prince of Luck, you know, and you got the real Bonnie Chambers and the Puerto Rican bad boy Pancho that are hosting with Uptown. And it's going to be, you know, something that you don't want to miss. We do it every year. It's Chucky Chuck, you know, on the mic, doing his thing, doing his thug thizzle, you know. So yeah, getting it together, put it together. And Bonnie is coming from Chi-Town to NYC, and you know, to represent. She's gonna be there with Chuck and with Pancho. I think they're the hosts. I don't know if Lady Miz is hosting this year from the from the Ground Up Productions. Her and her husband Ray Merriman. We call him the Silent Assassin because you know, Ray only speaks when he has to. You know, them cats, man, that are quiet, man, are the ones that you need to watch out. Not the loud dudes, man. You know where they coming from, and you know how to kind of like deal with them to some extent. You know what I'm saying? And Karen says she'll be there. She's coming from all the way from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. She's coming to see what's going on with Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, that's right. We got him. We got Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. We should have treated him right. You know, got that young quarterback in there, rubbing it in his face. So Aaron said, yo, man, I'm out. I don't need this. I'll do a Tom Brady on y'all. Aaliyah is back. Where is she at? Aaliyah is back. The real Bonnie Chambers just hit me up on a private message. I don't know where she's at. It says no video feed. Bonnie, I don't see her. I don't see Aaliyah. But yeah, because we had a great interview. She did fabulous. I don't know if that was her first interview or whatever. It didn't seem like because she's skilled. Like I said, when I saw her fight, I need to see more of her fight because I like that. I like what she was, doing, her style, and yo, she's nice. You know anything about fighting, the fight game, boxing, and stuff like that? She's got it. So and she thinks on her feet, and like I said, her skill set. She's doing them bear crawls when she's doing that crawling across the ring. Guys don't know how rough that is. We call them crabs in football. We say that crabs, and that used to be part of our conditioning program, but that was also like punishment. They would like punish us, man, like crabs. Sometimes we have to crab the whole field. Yeah, I was telling them, there they go. I was telling them about those bear claws, how rough they are. I used to do them if we were doing football as our conditioning program, and then sometimes the coach would punish us, to grab to 100 yards up the field. Imagine that, 100 yards forward and backwards. The side crabs, yo,
That take real dedication.
yo, it's no joke. So the conditioning, I seen that you were like taking your time. I don't know how many minutes you had going with it, but you was like, yo, I would. Then you had to touch the rope and then go back, huh? So how many
Yeah.
times like your
Uh,
coach got you on a stopwatch?
Yes. So it wasn't really me counting how many times I went back and forth, but it was like how many I could do for the whole 3 minutes. So I was usually pacing myself, like whatever exercise I'm doing,
Hmm.
but I make sure like if I'm hitting the bag, I'll do it hard because it's like that's to get strength. And I like recently, I've been working on power and just pushing through the bag. Like just imagining that's my opponent and just punching through the bag.
Hmm. You do the speed bag too, or no? Just you just hit the heavy bag.
Just for right now, hitting the bag. My coach said he was gonna teach me how to hit speed bag, but for right now, just working
You
on
haven't
strength.
trained that yet. You don't need a speed bag
No,
because your hands are quick. So you
yeah,
just got natural quickness because you were just shooting joints.
yeah.
Dot 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 dot.
It took some prepping for hand speed too because I always want to be faster than what I am. So I had weight and I was working with those for a while, and restriction band I was working with that for a while too. So
So you work out on your own a lot of times too. You do push-ups and stuff like that, jump rope and run.
sometimes,
It depends how you feel.
yes. I do know I got a lot of supporters at school, like staff members and students, cause they announced my win out in the announcement, so it kind of caught me by surprise because I didn't think I knew they knew about it, but I didn't really know. And before I won the Golden Gloves, they gave me access to go to the gym the workout room during my lunchtime or during like a free class period. So
Mm.
I took advantage of that when I could, and it was nice at times. But after a while, stuff in school got rocky. Like kids were getting into it and just being kids fighting. So
Right.
it was no adult that can sit in there while I was working out. So
You ever have any beef with any of the girls
they know
around or
better.
anything like that? Nah.
It's not that they know better. I just don't put myself in that situation. I'm in school. I'm real quiet and to myself because I already went through that freshman year trying to be out there, be all friendly and have friends, a big group of friends. But I'd rather be reserved and stay focused on my work. Excuse me, and just get to my goals because I understand that as time go on, I'm about to be a junior and then a senior and then be off. So then I realized that I got to start maturing, and I can't wait to be around kids that's not maturing yet for me to realize that I can mature still. So
And you set an example for them as well. I'm pretty sure.
I
I want
hope
to,
so.
well, yeah, most definitely. Before we get into it, I want to say Kim Roper. I want to say thank you, Kim, for on the check-in. Blessings to you as well, uh, Kim Roper, no doubt. But yeah, so like I was saying, you definitely are an example, and you set a positive example for them. I'm pretty sure, and you're gonna have your haters. You're gonna have your, to say this and that. But that comes with any just being young. You just the
Yeah,
territory. People just I don't know. Haters hate. They just hate.
and
That's
that's
what they do.
something I like. I'm glad with boxing and also with church because with boxing it keeps me confident to know that like I'm me, so I can't like no one can try to destroy my confidence because I'm myself. And also with church because with God telling me who I am and like who He made me to be, it's nobody else's place to try to put me down because I'm not them and we're not the same person. We're not even like 'cause it's not meant to be that.
No
And God
weapon
already
can
told
be
me
formed against you.
He shall
No,
prosper.
no weapon can be formed against you. Right.
Nope.
So if it's for you, if God is with you on your side, nothing can be against you. No weapon can be formed against you. And that's facts. That's real facts. But they say in the streets, straight facts. Huh? So that's what's
Yes.
up. So just keep your
And when
head.
you said when you mentioned like being an inspiration to the kids in my school, teens and stuff, it's like I found myself in the library today reading books, and I found the book. So, would you mind if I go get the book because it was about Muhammad Ali?
I love that.
And I
I'll be here. Go get it.
okay because the kids they take advantage of the library and they don't really sit like to read books. They usually just go in there during their lunch period and hang out or to skip classes.
Okay.
But when I be in the library, I take advantage of that. I take at least two, three, four books home at a time, and then I'll read a few pages. And then once I feel like I haul too many books, I'll put some back. Like today I did, and then I got me another collection of books that I felt like I was interested in. But I think I might keep these books because it's like one of them I started reading in class. Well, in the library that today. And they're interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead.
All right. I'd love to see it. Yeah, because it's like, you very rarely hear like a young person would speak about reading in this generational cancer culture we're in. Is so unfortunate. We have just so much knowledge at our fingertips and so much technology at our fingertips, and we should, as this young lady Aaliyah Johnson is talking about reading. All right, Aaliyah.
Okay, so the first one is can you keep your faith in college? So that one, when I was reading so far, what it says is students from 50 campuses tell you how and why. So it's about trials, like I was saying earlier, trials that you go through, but in college and with faith. Like for example, some of the chapters that it kind of caught me off. What if there's no grade? Anyway, this is the one I want to show you most. The greatest.
I read that when I was young as well, man. I love that book. I'm a big Muhammad Ali fan. I I was just so enamored with that man as far as like what he stood for. Not only in the
Yeah.
ring as his skill set, he was the one who uh, taught me what the sweet science was all about, as far as to have an understanding of what was going on and how he figured opponents out and how he did his thing. It was all mental, like he would psych people out before, as you were saying before, that girl was coming over trying to intimidate you. Then she probably seen something in you that intimidated her. She probably was psyched
Yeah.
out and was trying to reverse the game, the psychological game. But when you focused, that they can't do nothing with you. She couldn't do nothing with you because you already had your game plan down pat. You knew what you was
Yeah.
gonna do, and how you was going to do it. And when she's shooting jabs, trying to get you to flinch or whatever she was trying to do, and it didn't work, she was messed up from Jump Street, huh? And then when you came
Yeah.
out and started fainting, and you was like, all right, now it's on and popping. Now what? Where you at now? Because it's real now, huh? When Mike Tyson said what? He said, you could all say this and that and whatever until you get punched in the face.
That part. For real.
Huh? So Shorty was like trying to get you off of your game, and what happened? Huh? She ended up psyching herself out. She got rocked.
Yeah. And one thing I was about to say was earlier I read something about Muhammad Ali when his daughter, I think it's on the back of the book. No, he has another daughter. Her name started with an R, I think. She no, it's not on the book. It was something I read off Google. But it was saying how he wasn't just a boxer. Like he was known mainly for boxing, but that's not what she seen him for. Like he was an activist.
Yes.
And it was because he was supposed to have a boxing match in Vietnam, but he declined it because he was anti-war. So it kind of like made him a civil rights leader because he went against that. And I guess a lot of people just was on his head about that. So it was interesting to read.
And he stood. He had principles, like you're saying. He stood for something. He stood for principles. There's an old saying that say, if you don't stand for I think Malcolm X might have said it, might have been said before. If you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for everything. And Malcolm, as you know, and then Muhammad Ali, great man and principles. It was against the war in Vietnam. He said, them Viet Cong never did nothing to me. Them Viet Cong never called me nigga. So I'm not going over there and kill up, people of color. Like I'll be killing myself. I go over there. So he was a great man on that. He was great. He was worldwide, recognized all throughout the world, and they knew who that man was. And they knew what he stood for. So those are great like role models that you have there, in your life. And the thing is that you go to the library. You don't stay behind that computer or on your phone. You actually reading books, huh? Where's my crowd? Where's the audience? Yes.
Because like my coach was saying, like he'll tell me a lot of knowledge, and like with me being so strong coded to faith, it's like it encouraged me to take that into another dynamic, which was just reading books about things I wanted to learn. Because he always say knowledge is king, but to me I say Jesus is king, but I still took that knowledge and like turned it into wisdom, having wisdom, and just adding on to what I already know because most kids they take advantage of what's placed in front of their faces. When I was in school, like throughout the past few months, it made me wake up and realize like we got so many opportunities versus how it was back then. And they had to read books to like read the what's it called? Not the dictionary. They had to read that to look up words. Yes. To find like just everything. So it's like, and we got something here. And my brother, he told me he read through those to learn the information he knew. So it's like to know that we got Google and all these things now to help us out, and we don't take advantage of that to try to gain information. We just use like social media platforms to know what the latest celebrity doing. It don't make sense to me because it's like we got so much information that's just handed to us, and it's like I want other kids to know this because it's like even though I need to start taking advantage of it more, it's like I'm trying and I'm taking it step by step because I know I'm still a part of like this generation and I'm still gonna be attached to like TikTok and all that other stuff. Being a kid, I still want to have some type of knowledge outside of just being grounded as a kid. Like I want to know, be book smart, well as just computer smart or just all of that other stuff.
Just shaping your whole game together, like the street side and the book side. That's a hell of a combination, and sometimes from some people's perspective, is dangerous because exactly what this one is like in the ring. Like what your opponents think. You know how to counter that. You know how to move. you laying something on them, and once you, like your coach pointed out to you, you said knowledge is king, and then you said yes, Jesus is king, most definitely the Lord of Lord, King of Kings, no
Yeah.
question about that. But knowledge is, once you have that knowledge that you already are acquiring, and have acquired, like you were saying about the wisdom part of where you're at, or what adding on to what you already have, that's incredible to be as young as you're. Like you say, you're still gonna be young. You're gonna be a kid. I like how you put it. Because you're gonna do the TikTok, you're gonna do the social platform, the medias, and all that other stuff. Stay away from Instagram. don't don't watch Instagram. That's dangerous, man. It's just so much. Women don't dance anymore. They just want to twerk and throw it up. But you know what? I mean,
Yeah.
I get some of that, but there's a place for everything. You know what I'm saying? But I love how you're keeping everything in perspective. That's the key. That's key. You said you're still going to be a kid and you're still going to be young. You got that, which is good. And then you're reading. You're just not actually going to social platforms in just 2 minutes and look like this generation is just so fast, and it's by design. But God bless you, and God has blessed you, and you're found you're rooted. Your foundation is solid, so that's a beautiful thing, and that comes from good parenting. Your mother, the your home. Like you were talking about Big Mama. You said Big Mama get out there and thump. She'll still thump,
Yeah. Mhm.
huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to show respect in that. It's in the household. So
Yeah.
with the racism and all the other stuff, a lot of that stuff, them kids wouldn't know anything about that if it wasn't in their house. You know, sometimes you got to
Yeah.
look. Wow, this person, you know, they're illiterate, they're ignorant, huh? So, but you don't have to feed into their ignorance, into their illiteracy. No, like you were saying, when that girl was trying to intimidate you, you stayed focused. You stayed with them on your square, and you did not, let her throw you off or who you are. You know who you
Yeah.
are. That's the
Move.
key to everything. Know thyself. That's written on the temples in ancient Egypt. Know thyself. With our kings and queens, because they don't teach in school. I don't know how they do in Chi-Town and the school system there, but they never taught me how great my people were, how great my ancestors were. Slaves. That's all I was. That's all we were. Nah, I don't think so. But I just knew that. I didn't know the whole story. Timbuktu, Egypt, Ethiopia, Nubia, like Muhammad. From where we came from as black people, as Africans, huh? From the diaspora. I knew that deep down that there was something great about us, but they didn't teach that in school. And you're in the
Yeah.
library, and you have a source of that. You can Google that, like you said before. You have all these different um, learning disposals, learning tools at our disposal. Like your mother was talking about the source. I heard her say the thesaurus, as well, like you were saying with your brothers and stuff, how you'll add on to that to learn. So you're getting good stuff in the house as well. You have
Yeah.
good stuff at your fingertips, so use it. You go to the library and it's good stuff there. So, it's refreshing to hear you say that, to be so young and to be so on point, as you said, the wisdom
One
there.
thing can I add in?
Of course.
Because okay, I was seeing this video about this girl talking about having faith for your own. So she was mentioning like as kids, our parents would take us to church and we'll just sit there and just think we gotta sit there for the whole few hours that church lasts. But what I realized and touched on was she was saying as kids we can gain our own faith and relationship with God also because like as kids we gonna go through stuff and it's good to have him regardless on if we're going through stuff or not because he can carry us through and like the stuff we go through, we going through it so we can learn a lesson, or he gonna allow those people to bless us in some way that we don't even know. So that's what I've been taking advantage of, not advantage of, but like realizing just to just seek wisdom from God and just gain strength from Jesus. Like ask for His strength. That's what I'll pray for today. Ask for His strength, His will, and His knowledge to be at ease and humble and mainly his strength to know that he was getting beat on the cross for our sins, and he still maintained that because he knew at the end it was going it was gonna be for a good cause and purpose. Then it just he stayed grounded for that, and he kept the same motive to know that he dying for all of us. It's like it encouraged him to keep going. I still gotta walk with this cross on my back. You know it was heavy. It was just to think about that. All in all, I just asked for that strength to know that even though boxing is a mental sport and it can be a downfall sometimes on my behalf because it can be hard sometimes. But to know that I got someone that died for me and then lives again to encourage me that all my sins and everything that I did is clear, it's like it's a push. But
Good.
just to have faith as a kid for yourself, not from your parents. That's what I also want to be an example of, to have the love of Christ.
It's in you, and it comes out. It shows when that's in you, and then you really are a believer and are in the faith or in Christ. You know, it comes out. You know, you can't fake the funk, huh?
Mm,
Because you're covered in His blood,
yeah.
completely in His blood, 100%.
It shows in school. It took some humbling to get used to it because I don't know it word for word, but basically if you denying God's name in private, I mean in public, then he's
Public,
gonna deny you in private. And if you rejoice in his name in public, he gonna bless you privately. Somewhere in that way. So I have to get used to being in school and going through stuff and having hard times and reading my Bible. Like on the phone, sitting there during my lunch period, not really eating because the moves I was going through as a teen, it's like you may want to go to a friend, but at that time it was rocky for me. I had to get used to being a teen that's going through high school, wanting to get a stronghold on my education to keep my grades up, and then also losing friends because I'm not sure if they understood or if I couldn't maintain the task of having friends and doing work and also being a boxer. It was just I had to let one of them go, and unfortunately, it was them. But it worked out for the good because they understood that.
hmm,
I mean, my education and a career is the two things that I'm gonna need in life to get me going. So I'm glad they still there.
right? Because as you said, they understood
Yeah,
because once they got to know you, knew you, and then understood you, and understand where you're coming from and what you're about. They respected. They pulled back and let you do you to develop yourself and get it together. So
yeah,
that's a real friend. You know what I'm saying? So you've been blessed to have that as well. You know, so that's rare. You know, so you know, you came to me, man, as it's refreshing and it's a blessing, and I take it as that because you know, there's always something. There's a saying is everything happens for a reason. You know,
yes,
I truly believe that. You know, and then you taught me a lot tonight. You put wisdom, you put knowledge in me, and
that's humbling.
it's very, but it's just real. You're never too old to learn, and I've been blessed, and I know when my blessings is. I know what it's about, and I thank you, and thank your mother as well. So
Yes.
I
Next,
appreciate you. Hmm.
my the I don't know what it's called, but yearly it's a new um I don't know what to call it. Scripture. I don't know if it's a scripture or just like a mantra, but it says this year it's a new reason. No, it's a reason for every season or something like that. So that's why I kind of what you had said. It's a reason for every season. So everything we go through, God got a reason for it. We just gotta get through it to know what the reason was. And but I'm glad to know that I was encouraging because, like I said, it's humbling to me to know that I can inspire you and hopefully others.
Most definitely, man, because God is in you. God is working in you, and miracles to perform, and you know, just stay. Just don't change. Just continue to be who you are, and continue to grow in the faith, and more blessings to you, and all praise and glory be unto God. Praise, glory be to God, and as I said, I want to thank you for meeting you and for blessing my show, and it's an honor to meet you. And I say that, I humble myself to say that, and it's real. And I'm gonna end the show on that night note because I'm gonna be crying all over.
That's just God working through me. That's all. That's God working through me. That's
Uh, but thank you, yeah.
telling
But
what it
you touched
telling
me,
me
you
that.
touched my heart. What did Bonnie say?
Tell them where they can follow me at my socials.
Yeah, drop all that. Drop your social. See, but that's why I want
So
for you guys to. I could have used that. Ricky
right
Jason,
now I'm
powerful.
only on Instagram, but I'm posting boxing. Yeah. So I'm building my boxing platform. It's beauty.da dot the beast. Beauty in the
Beauty and the Beast.
okay.
Wait,
After
let me write it. Let me put it so this way they can see that. Uh, let me try to figure out what I need to do.
oh, I misspelled it. Beauty dot in the
A N
letter
D.
N, just the letter N dot da beast beast. Cause I got my girly side and then my boxer side, and most people won't expect that from me when they see me off first sight. Cause it's like I don't give off boxer when I go places. I always want to dress up or like have my hair done. So like
The
my
gift.
tournament,
The gift. Is that it there? BEAUTY dot N
yeah,
dot. That's it.
yeah,
Okay. So that's on what platform is that? That's
Instagram,
that's Instagram. That's the gram. That's your gram.
yeah.
Okay.
They can if they want to, they can re-see the boxing match from the one you showed.
Mm-hmm.
And that night, I also when I got in there, my hair it wasn't in those braids back; it was down, and I was dressing sharp. So then nobody expected me to be a boxer besides me having a duffel bag on my shoulder until after the match started, and they see me with the matching boxing suit, and they knew me.
And you
But
put your game face on. Yeah.
it caught a lot of people by surprise.
That's what you want to do. You're a professional, like Ricky was saying, Ricky Jason. He was heaping all kind of praises on you, and it's all warranted. It's legit. That yeah, you know how to handle yourself, and that's really what it's all about. At the end of the day, that's why them your friends and your crew and your people and them and whatnot, they respect you because you handle yourself very, very well. Young lady, no doubt. And that's from Nissa the Real Chambers, the Bonnie Chambers, and then from Big Mama. What's your grandmother's name?
Marcel or Gma.
Gma? Yeah.
Yeah.
And give Gma a big hug and kiss from me, please. And you
Okay.
say
I
that,
hear you.
right? No doubt. And
Yes.
give your
She
brother a kiss.
inspired the faith by bringing me into the church and allowing me to know who Jesus Christ is. So
That's
a big shout out on my grandma.
Gma. Yeah, I mean, big shout out to Gma. Yeah.
TikTok.
You don't need to invite me to Thanksgiving. I'd have to come and go to put me in part of the family.
Oh
uh,
my goodness.
yo, God bless you. You enjoy. You have a good night. Keep me posted.
You too.
I
All
look
right.
forward. All right.
Yes, I will let my mama hear.
Yeah.
You have the information to give to you. So
And I'll
yes,
show it. I'll display it. I'll keep the audience posted and updated on that. And there's your twin right there. So that's what's up.
Uh,
I
yes.
thank you, buddy.
Uh,
But yo, so
and they
you
can catch her
bring her
if
to New
she.
York
Yes. You know what? I want to, but she may have to have boxing practice,
out of
or she
state.
may have to have a bout that weekend. But I will be missing her tournament, not the tournament, but her boxing practice because I'll be out there in New York. I would
Okay.
love to bring Aaliyah out to New York, but Aaliyah unfortunately had to get ready for a big match
They said
June.
she was training
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah, she
Doing
was
what
training.
now?
She trained 7 days out of a week and everything. And June, I want to say June 29th or June 28th, she has another bout. So we're just getting her prepared. We're getting her weight down as we talking, and she's in also a process of getting three more sponsors. So she also needs sponsors. So
Mm-hmm.
she did give you all her coach's name, which is Coach Jesse Johnson, L
Jesse Johnson, right?
46. Yes, 4616 South Ashland Avenue, and that's
Well,
Chicago, Illinois 60619. Oh nine,
okay,
I'm sorry, 60609. So yes, so if you all would like to sponsor Aaliyah, you can.
that's what's up. You know, I want that young lady that you were fighting is a weight. That was a weight class.
yes.
Uh,
What age?
you see, what is she? She was like 225 pounds or something like that, right?
Oh my god, she she
She,
was one
she
thirty
wasn't no
eight.
130. She about 185, if a pound.
Oh my
She
goodness.
she was big. But you dealt with her. She probably thought that, oh, I'm gonna beat this little girl up. That's why she throwing them jabs in front of you, like, yeah, I got something for you. You was like, all right, mm-hmm. Yo, you dealt with it. God, but hold up. What did Ricky say? He said, "We are proud of your daughter too. You are doing a great job. That's for you, Bonnie." Yeah,
Thank you, Mr. Ricky. And pretty, I will have Mr. Ricky on my podcast interview as well. So y'all be looking forward for that. But
and
yes.
Mustafa is looking, waiting for a call.
Oh,
He
you
ready
know what?
to get Ricky
I'm
too.
going to give Miss.
So
Matter of
Ricky,
fact, I'm glad
please
you
give
said.
Mustafa a call, please.
Yes, I will give Mustafa a call. I have to give him a call tonight.
I
So
know
yes.
he's an intimidating guy. I know you know, he said he wants to come to Chicago. He wants to come to Chi-Town. That's him with Dick Gregory, huh? That's him with Paul Mooney. You can see he's a straight up gangster from the old school,
Oh yeah.
hardcore. Yeah, look like he should be right there in Chicago, right?
He needs to be in Chicago because he needs to know more and more about the good things of Chicago that they're not speaking behalf of. Because even though my daughter is a boxer, they have like six other boxing, um, what is it, gyms here, right here in Chicago, and they don't even want to talk about it. But mainly that's why Aaliyah is bringing out the boxing, about the boxing career, about her boxing tournaments, because a lot of people want to speak bad about Chicago, but they're not seeing the opposite of
Positive, the
the
positive
good,
side of it.
right, the
Yeah,
positive
good
side
stuff.
of Chicago. So we're just trying to bring out Chicago
That's
as
her right
the
there.
best
That's the
place to
positive
live.
right there. She's
Yes.
reading books. I mean, it starts with you and Gma in the house and stuff like that, but then it filtered in, once you get into that church and really get into the word. In the beginning was the
Actually,
word, and the word was with God, and God was the word. The same in the beginning was with God. Huh?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So
Because
all things
actually,
were
Aaliyah was
made
that's
by him. Without him, nothing was made that wasn't made. I never could understand that line there. All things were made by him, and nothing was made without him that wasn't made. But when you read it over and go, what I used to like with the Bible for me, I used to have to just read it over and over and over and over to absorb it. You
Yes,
know, like in the
yes,
beginning, there was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, the leader of the Pharisees. The same came to Jesus by night and said to him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher that come from God, for no man can do these miracles that thou doest unless God be with him.
that's
Jesus
right.
said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee. Huh?
That's so true. That is so true. I started reading the Bible ever since I was pregnant with Aaliyah,
Mm-hmm.
and and Aaliyah
So
started
that's what he
reading.
filtered into from her, yeah. So that's
Yes, when I was pregnant, I used to read a lot, so I was a big reader. I was big on reading books. I was reading, um, who was it?
so when you were
Kavachi.
pregnant, when you
Yes,
were pregnant, so
yes.
now I know what happened to me. My mother, when was pregnant with me, she was to eat a lot. The spaghetti. I love spaghetti, so that's what happened to me.
I
And
was eating some
yeah.
of everything with her, but I had to. She was eating through my placenta bag, and this is the true story. Aaliyah was a premature baby. She came out exactly 7 months before my due date. 7 weeks. She was 7 weeks and 28 days early, and Aaliyah ate through my placenta bag. I never knew a baby could eat through a placenta bag because that's how hungry she was. And true story. I can't lie about it. It was the size of my hand when they got done with her, and she was feet first. She didn't come out the head
Wow.
first. She came out feet first. So she's
Mm,
lucky to be
got it.
here.
Yeah.
So I told the doctor said, you're going to have this baby on the 17th October. I said, nope, I'm having this baby on October the 18th, not the 17th. And here she is, October 17th. I mean, the 18th. I'm sorry.
Y'all said the navel cord was wrapped around my neck.
Yes, and her neighbor cord. She's a living, when I say she's a living, true baby of a soul, she's a living, true baby because her umbilical cord was wrapped around her leg, through her
Wow.
neck, through her whole entire body. That's how small she was.
A premium, what was she, like 2 pounds, 3 pounds, something like
She
that?
was 5 pounds and 13 ounces.
Wow. Okay.
So she's a living, true breeder.
Hmm.
So yeah, she's my gifted child, and as she called it, my God's child.
Every time I walk into the house, me and my brother and my mama, she was like, "Gosh, well, I started it because I don't know why, but I was like, God's child is home because we got a prayer protection. So every time we leave and come back into the house, like we just say it. Well, not come back into the house, but
Pretty
would
much
you
where we
mind me
going.
saying it so somebody can probably learn it and
Of
have
course
the
not.
track?
I
Okay,
love it.
so light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God is with us. Where we are, you are too. Let no one harm us and let us harm no one. Make safe our journey to
To and
and
from
fro our
our
destination
destination.
safely. In Jesus' name
Name.
I pray.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. In Jesus' holy and mighty name. Amen. Yes.
So
Hmm.
that's our
Yeah.
driving. Oh my goodness,
When
that's
you
just
get home
our
all the time, that's what you do?
yes, that's just our driving prayer. Our walk. If we walking in the neighborhood, I used to say that prayer all the time when I'm walking. Aaliyah said the same prayer when she's walking to school. I used to say that prayer when I was walking to work, literally. And thank God that I don't have to walk no more because now I'm driving now. So I said when I'm driving, I'm saying it. If I'm exercising, if I'm going outside to walk around the neighborhood, I say that protection of prayer because it's a protection. That's why it's called a protection of prayer because it's a protection from the enemies only through God.
Yes.
So
Hmm.
that's why we say those prayers. My mother, she was the one, she learned it from her friend. So her friend gave the prayer to my mother. My mother could pass it on to us. So now we used to say the Our Father, but now we say the protection of prayer.
My grandma, since I was young, she made all three of us, me and my brothers, say it before we go to sleep. So like occasionally I forget because I doze off a little too fast. But you know, yeah, I just say it. Or like a while ago, she used to call me, and right before I go to sleep every night we'll say it, and then just say we'll talk to you tomorrow. But, yeah.
Mm.
And even
You
when I was
exercise
driving, yeah, years ago, I was driving, and it was some shooting going on in between the driving. So I made all three of them say the Our Father harmonized. They actually was harmonizing the Our Father. So when we do that,
that prayer.
of course,
You see what Pancho
Jackie, we're
said.
gonna just
You see what Pancho said. He said, so when you said
be.
that you were driving, he said, so come pick me up.
Yes, we'll try to pick you up. But it's gonna take us about 3 days and 14 hours to come out there, because we gotta go across the
You see where,
borderline. We gotta go down south to,
you see where. Now you
Yes,
know why they call him the Puerto Rican bad boy, right? He
yes.
jumped right all over that. Yeah.
I was gonna
But
say
you're doing the exercises like each book is 66, as you know, in the King James version. And they go from Genesis, Exodus, Numbers, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, the whole 66, and then go backwards. It's just it's a fun exercise.
You know
It sharpens the mind too.
what she likes to do the most is tire work. The tire, she jumps in the tire, jumps out the tire, and then she does her sit ups with the tire. And with the tire, she does a lot of, ooh, excuse me, she does a lot of work with the tires. So she could,
Time,
uh-oh.
strength.
Yes, the tire work.
Yeah.
So she could build up her strength as well, losing the weight. She used to, let me tell you, Aaliyah used to stack up 6 to 10 tires, and she'll jump up. This is how short she was. But I used to have a video of her. I don't know what happened to that video, but she used to jump up and jump right on out of it. So
Okay.
she got that from her mama. I mean, I was an athletic too, so she got it from her mama.
Listen, when I seen you, like when you seen those pictures of the cheerleading and stuff, I said, well, what did she take this like 2 weeks ago? You still look the same.
Actually, I took that picture in 1994. I was exactly the same age as Aaliyah, 16 years old when I took that picture.
Wow. Okay.
oh, excuse me.
Uh
One
huh.
thing I was gonna say was, I'm glad we did this interview because to talk about boxing and also to talk about Jesus because that's like that. I want to do boxing and anything that I do in my future to like do God's will and tell people about His word so they can gain faith on that. Because just because I'm 16 don't mean that I'm not supposed to know who Jesus is. Or I'm pretty sure it's a lot of kids around my age that know of Him. They just don't believe in Him and don't put they every day, every single time they go through something in Him. So I'm glad we got to this conversation and we still talking about Jesus because like okay, I'm gonna show you something real quick because this how much I got a daily scripture on my phone and I'm
Okay.
I'm gonna read this one. If any of you lack wisdom of God, that giveth to all men liberty, and upbraid it not, and it shall be given unto him. Well, it should be given him.
And where's that from?
Let me see.
Is that Matthew?
James, verse 1,
James?
chapter 1, verse 5.
Because Matthew, as you know or don't, Matthew has, a lot of the real, inspirational stuff from Jesus, and as John does. Well, all of them. I'm an Old Testament individual. I love the Word in and out, but I'm not crazy about the New Testament. With Paul and his 13 books. They say some say 14 books, but everybody's got a view of that, as you know, or should know, or learning that there's interpretations. Everybody, there could be 10 people in the room and read one scripture, and you might have 10 different interpretations of that scripture.
Mhm.
You know, uh,
I had seen something. I don't know if it was yesterday or days before. It was saying lean not unto your own understanding. And something I wrote down in my school notebook was my thoughts are not your thoughts. Actually, I want to go get the notebook so I can be specific about this because I
right.
forgot that I did that. And I came across it and I needed the scripture at the time because people kept asking me what was wrong, and that was today. They was like, "What's wrong?" And nothing was wrong. I was quiet and just mellow, just going through the day as it was. Just, but I ended up flipping to the back of my notebook, and I seen the scriptures written down. So yeah,
Wow. Hmm.
Yes,
Uh,
I keep doing that.
she was led. She was led to that scripture.
Yeah,
Sometimes you can be led, as you know. And when I read the Bible, when I first started, I used to just open up.
yeah,
The inspiration took me. They try to say every word is inspiration, is written, is from inspiration.
yes,
But
yes.
yeah,
And she also did her vision board about 2 years ago. So yes, 2 years ago she did her vision board. Oh, there we go. 2 years ago she did her vision board and she showed it to Michael Collier. She was on his show. Yes, yes, and Michael Collier was so impressed about her vision board and everything. And he, matter of fact, the end of this
impressed
month.
with her. Really.
Yes, at the end of this month, if you all
Hmm.
stay tuned and follow Michael Kyer on May 29th, you will see Aaliyah doing an interview round two for Michael Kyer.
Just keep me posted, and I'll post it up.
I sure will.
okay.
Yeah.
So it says, this is Isaiah 55, verse 8 through 9, and it reads, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than yours, your and my thoughts higher than your thoughts." So yeah,
That's deep. That's heavy.
yeah,
But
I got
yeah,
a few of them written down. So yeah, I just didn't know I did this. I just came across it today, so it caught me off guard a little bit.
it's the inspiration. It led you to it. So
Yeah, because
yeah.
I was flipping through it, and then because I got this folder for two classes, which is my favorite class that I was telling you about, U.S. history, and
Mhm.
then in the middle of it, because I read too much stuff in my in my geometry notebook, so I had to use it for another notebook, and I started doing my math work. Then flipping all the way to the back, it was just scriptures. So I was like, okay, yeah. And I also got driver's ed stuff in here because I just got my permit too. So
Has Mama let you get behind the whip yet?
No.
Okay. All
I'm not ready.
right.
I'm not ready.
I'm
I
waiting
know she's gonna do
patiently.
it this year, but I am not absolutely ready for it. I mean, I gotta trust in myself to get behind the wheel. I just bought me a new car, so you know how that goes. Buy a new car and then let your child drive it. Not right now. It's too soon. She could drive my
All right.
mother's though. She could drive her coaches though, but not mama's. Mama's got to get ready for work and take her back and forth to school.
Oh,
And then
You got to
she,
break the whip first. I hear you. I hear you.
give her a nice little putt
Yeah,
putt.
she got you. You're on board. You
Oh
know.
yes, oh yes.
I was
No.
also just reading through this mom notebook, and then it was I think September 12th, 2020, 2022. It was like we do these what higher art thinking questions, and one of the questions, well, not the questions, but um Okay, it was saying if you were in charge of the U.S., how would you fix the most important issues facing the U.S. today? So one of my statements was for people that gets very mad, there could be a boxing program and or a workout program. And I also said going on a trip without cell phones and only outside activities. Another one was going to a boxing program and or workout can be similar for taking out stress and improving yourself. And then the cost of going out somewhere you're not used to can help you take your mind off of stress, and the effects without your phone shows how much more activities there are without phones. So that's kind of
It's very interesting.
yeah. I didn't know. You helping me figure out stuff that I didn't. So it's like God working through both of us, and hopefully people will laugh too because it's. I haven't looked through this in a minute.
Hmm.
See, that's why I love God. He do stuff like this.
Yes. And but you know what? We talking about before, like how the kids are not really in tune along this lines because there's just so much distractions. It's just so much when they pick up their phones that takes them away from their purpose for the most part. It keeps them away from being focused, from being, centered into God, into the heavenly realm of what we are on earth are supposed to be about, the love of Jesus Christ. Like in John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believe in him should not perish but should have everlasting life.
Yeah.
Huh? So and then John 3:17, for God sent his son not into the world to uh, condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. That's John 3:17. Because I can go from John 1 all the way to 22, with Nicodemus, and then 2, and that, and where John 3:12, where how can you believe if I should tell you earthly things and you believe not, how should you believe heavenly things?
Yeah.
Huh? So I'm in the word, as you can tell, and then
Yes.
I'm proud of it
That's
because it has
inspiring
got me,
to me
you
because
know.
it makes me want to like know the word so when I go through stuff I can remember what God said in his word.
And translate it back.
Yes.
That's why I'm glad I also believe in Jesus because like you were saying earlier, if Jesus is the word and it was saying how like first it was the word and God made his word into flesh, and to know that Jesus is God's only begotten son, it's like further into the Bible, no more. Feed my wisdom and knowledge.
Hmm.
And just
Hmm. As you were saying, in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. The
mhm.
same in the beginning was with God. All things were made by him, and not anything that was made without him that wasn't made. That's the part there. It's like it's a little confusing, but that's what it says because it just tells you it says because there was a man that was sent from God whose name was John, and because he came to bear witness of the word, and he was not that word, but he came to bear witness of that light, I should say. But you know what? But we can
Um,
go on and on. That's in John. That's John. John from John 1, uh, in the Gospel of John, Matthew, Luke, John. That John, because there's three other Johns after with James, Peter 1, 2, then John 1, 2, 3, then Jude, then Revelations. You know,
yes,
because the Old Testament comes up. It gives you Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, right? Samuel 1, 2, Kings 1, 2, Chronicles 1, 2, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, uh, Ecclesiastic, well, no, Proverbs. I'm sorry, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastic, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezra, Daniel, Hosea, then the prophets, the 12 prophets. Hosea, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah,
Wow.
Nahum, Habakkuk, Zechariah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, Chronicles 1, 2, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, or Colossians, Thessalonians 1, 2, Timothy 1, 2, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James, Mark, Peter 1, 2, John 1, 2, 3, Psalm, Jude, and the Revelations. That's all 66. Give myself a round of applause. And then I go backwards. I go from that, Revelation. I'm not gonna do it now, but that's my exercise. I exercise when I walk, I go do my exercise. Like when you're training and stuff like that, you already you got to be focused. But if I'm just walking, if I'm just doing then I do those exercises. It's physical, psychological exercise just to train with the Bible, because you can't go wrong with the word.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong, huh?
No, you can't.
So
I know with Timothy, that's when someone wrote a letter. Like I want to be more stronghold on the Bible, and I know I got years to come. But
you're good. It's gonna come. It's just gonna be natural. It's gonna be a natural thing for you because you're seeking out the truth. You're seeking Him out, and He's, God. He's giving you all of these blessings and these gifts, and keeping you grounded and keeping you rooted. You're young, but you're way ahead of your years as far as knowledge goes and wisdom. You're wise beyond your age is what the saying is.
yeah,
Because you got Juma in your life, and you got, won't let you drive in your life as well.
you was saying about John. Was it John that went to jail and because he was a preacher? Like I'm pretty sure it was John, but he was preaching.
With John, when they cut his head off, because of John, John the
Get
Baptist.
more into the scripture because I thought he was a preacher, and then when Jesus came in, to not take his place, but to do what he was already doing, and he went to jail, but he was still preaching the word of God, and
Right.
Okay. I didn't know they cut off his
You'll
head.
see John the Baptist, because of his faith, his strong faith, and because he says, "I am not, the light, but I was sent before the light to tell of the light, to show the light." Yeah, but he always, was singing Jesus's praises, but everyone thought he was the Christ. He was the way.
Mm.
They didn't call Jesus Christ back then. They would say the way, and the word was the word. Jesus was the way. That's why when John, what's his name? Paul. I said, what's his name? God forgive me for saying that, but I'm not a big proponent, a big fan of Paul, because I don't want to get too deep in it or whatever, but he was the one that was trying to basically persecute all the, the followers of the way at that time, and then he transformed. He was Saul of Taurus, and he transformed into John. I'm sorry, into Paul. And then Paul comes into the Bible and Acts. And when they were stoning Stephen, that's the first time that you'll see Paul come in, that he's introduced into the Bible at that time when they're stoning Stephen at that time. So because how his strong faith, that's when Paul comes into the Bible. Actually, Saul of Taurus But like I said, I don't want to get too deep. Maybe I'll have you back and we'll talk just about the scriptures. You study more scriptures. You'll surprise me with some scriptures and then bless me with scriptures, and I appreciate that. I
Thank
do it
you.
off the top, as you can tell. But if I have my Bible in front of me, I have two Bibles, two Qurans. I read the Sumerian text. I read a lot of different literatures. I keep an open mind. You know what I'm saying when I read, because there's so much disinformation out there as well as good information. You have to know what you read, but I approach it with that process, just to keep an open mind. But I don't want to hold you. You're already trained. You got to go and unwind and do your thing. You got to convince mama that you know how to drive. You got to
Yes.
try to get behind that whip. Uh, I thank you again. I appreciate you. It's a pleasure meeting you.
All right. Thank you for having me. I appreciate everything, like all of it. Thank you for allowing me to be on your showcase my boxing and talk to you about that. And thank you for allowing me to speak about Jesus, because
Most definitely. Oh
some
yeah.
people deserve the highest praise at all times. But thank you for
At all
having me.
times. God bless you and thank you.
Be safe.
Good
You too.
night,
Okay.
everybody. Good night. And thank you again, Mr. Mason, for having Aaliyah on your platform as well. And yes, I will get in contact with Mustafa as well with Mr.
Yeah,
Ricky.
please, please,
Yes.
please.
Yes.
And then Ricky got to do it too. Yeah.
Yes. All
All
right.
right,
Good
honey.
night, everyone. We got to get ready for tomorrow. Have a big day tomorrow.
Good luck. Good luck in her match coming up.
Thank you.
Good night. Yes, that was let me get them both up. Wow, that was heavy. Thank you. That was Aaliyah. Straighten them out. Johnson, aka Birdie. I forgot that. I can't remember about that Birdie. What did Birdie stand for? I want to know that. I'll find that out. But yeah, she was really, really refreshing, enlightening. I really enjoyed that. That was beautiful. That was really nice. Not only she's skilled and athletics and boxing and stuff, but she's on the ball, man. She's on point. She's a sharp young lady, and her parents have done a great job to hold, G-ma, grandma, everybody, the brothers, and they doing work on her trainers and boxes and stuff. She's got some fights coming up, and you can reach her at beauty.n.w's. Beauty in the West. I love that. The way she's got that broken down. Check her out on Instagram. Follow that lady, Leah Johnson. Hear big things from her. And again, I want to thank you people for hanging in there with me. Stay safe, stay strong. Don't forget, I got that show. I'll talk more about it coming up on the 27th of May over at on Farmers Boulevard. Do my little comedy routine. You guys come out and see me, support me. I get work in, I put work in. I don't be playing around. I'm like a Leah. I straighten them out. I knocks them out. I put some truth in them. I keep them. I keep it gully. I keep it real. You know what I'm saying? But that's Aaliyah straighten them out. Birdie Johnson. That's who I had on, and she's a beautiful soul, beautiful spirit, kindred spirit, and boy, I enjoyed that. That was beautiful. I'm trying to find my little thing here where I'm gonna be trying to big me up. I'll come out. I'll find it and I'll put it up there tomorrow. Uh, oh, here it is. Uh, Memorial Day weekend, $25 at the door, $20 in advance from 917-582-7955, 114, that's 25. St. Albans Boulevard, that's in Farmers. Okay. And I want to say stay strong, um, stay positive. You can't be in the wrong if you're doing the right thing, and keep God in your life first and foremost. The Most High Jehovah God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and through all this craziness that we're going through. Um, hey, just say your prayers and know that there is a God, and pray for his blessings. Even when things aren't going good, you say your prayers, you thank God. And when things are all good, then you thank him and bless him as well. You keep him like I said, true in your heart and be good. Respect each other. Tell your loved ones that you all right, and have a good, blessed night. Stay safe. Peace, and thank you.